Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. This look good?
Yeah.
It's gotta look good because tonight we just saw Spider-Man in
Across.
across the Spider-Verse. I'm just so used to the first film's title. But yeah, this. I know we might have a bit of different opinions on this, but I think this is this year's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think this is just like one of the best sequels of our time. This just completely raised the bar, the stakes. Everything feels more mature, which is crazy because the first film had a really mature and well thought out story, but like this is next level. And like the stakes are enormous. And
Yes.
say a bit of what you want to say.
But yeah, the stakes are like way more heightened in this one than even the first one. Like there's a lot of stuff. It's a lot more like large scale what's going on and stuff. And I thought too, just overall, like Luke was saying though too with Puss in Boots, like it's just like Puss in Boots with how like the animation and stuff is like mind blowing. Like the way they like go through the different dimensions and stuff, like it's amazing. And the characters and stuff are like still great.
Yeah.
You still got Miles, you got a lot of the returning characters and stuff, and the new ones they add are really good too. So it's like overall still a really good movie. So
Yeah.
I agree on that point.
I do see a lot of similarities to this with like Puss in Boots. Like, has beautiful animation, well developed characters swear, and so many surprises along the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's surprising in the movie. Like it comes in over, it's like what?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
All right. What should we talk about first?
Let's see. So yeah, we talked about that stuff. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Let's talk about the world building first.
Oh yeah.
So like, there's just so many dimensions and so many spiders.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool ones that they added in. Like now that they got the ability to add in like more different Spider-Man stuff, like there's so many cool surprises.
Yeah, I think some of the surprises that really got me was one, that Donald Glover cameo.
Oh
like,
yeah, that was cool. So
yeah.
I mean,
and how they blended like both the live action and animation. That's top tier, like effects.
oh, yeah, there might be some minor spoilers, you know.
Oh yeah. Don't spoil this movie.
But yeah, it brings in like let's say different art styles and stuff, like
Yeah.
live action, different kind of stuff. Like the Lego stuff, that was kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever Lego Spider-Man showed up.
Yeah.
Like, also, oh yeah,
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
yeah, they cameo. They like showed up.
Yeah, and Spectacular Spider-Man from Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the video game Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Insomniac one. What else?
See, there's some other cool ones. Yeah, there's.
Spider Therapist.
Oh yeah, Spider Therapist. Oh yeah, there's Spider T-Rexes in there.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
this, I just love the Spider Therapist bit because you could just tell he just stopped caring. He's just heard everyone's story and even like to his line delivery, he's just like, let me guess, he died.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell he's done with it.
Yeah. And I think it was Scarlet Spider-Man. I think that was the one that was like, oh, I'm looking in my feelings and stuff. He was. I thought he was kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't know, it was pretty cool. Like Gwen, she got kind of expanded in this one. I thought like Miles definitely got the most expanded out of anybody.
Yeah,
I think.
like they really do a lot with both Miles and Gwen. Like I really liked Gwen in the first film, but like I mean I do like her in the first film, but this film I just gained a greater appreciation for her because we get to know so much about her and her struggle, like whenever she's with Miles. And Miles, what he goes through in this, like, oh my gosh, it's just.
Yeah, it is Miles' move. I think he like by far was like the knockout like best character. I think.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of focused on him the most, and it really did pay off. Like I think him and Gwen kind of had the best story arcs. But yeah, both of them were like they're very interesting and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, also, okay, you guys are gonna kill me for this, but I did forget the actor's name for J. Jonah Jameson, but he's in there. Why? I don't know why I can't remember right now. I'm kind of.
J.K. Simmons?
Yes, J.K. Simmons actually returns, and he's like in multiple different versions. Yeah, I know him. I don't know why I forgot about him during this interview, during the review.
It's
but,
okay.
Yeah, but it was cool seeing him.
I've seen some people like O.R. Ash for like say, I know in one of the videos he was in the Ink Tank, he said, I forget whose name is, and he just said Omni-Man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of that, yeah, Invincible Season 2, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I still gotta watch Season 1. Anyways, we're getting off track. But like, Miles and Gwen and like these other surprises are just some of the reasons why I think this is one of the best sequels of our generation.
Yeah, and just like Puss in Boots, like I think they both have really good chemistry, like kind of how like they kind of had the same kind of romantic things where it kind of showed like how a good like working relationship like that can work, like where they're partners, they're helping each other out and stuff. I think that was expanded good with Miles and Gwen, and it was kind of ambiguous, like what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, I think with that mention of J.K. Simmons earlier, I think it's time to transition to the acting. Okay, now I forget who I don't know how to pronounce the name of the actor who does Miles, but this just has to be one of the best voice acting performances I've seen within any animated film. Like, he literally just brings life to Miles.
Yeah, and he never like sucks you out of the film with his voice acting. Like, it seems like it's just Miles talking and stuff.
And there are just some times where it's like it doesn't feel scripted or anything. Like, the dialogue that Miles says, it feels genuine, like how a 15-year-old would kind of act.
Yeah. And yeah, his actor like did amazing with it, and I think Gwen too. Like, oh, and especially Oscar Isaac, he did amazing too with Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, like there were some line deliveries that just kind of got me like a bit stressed. Like, I think that could be a testament to how great of an actor Isaac is.
Yes.
And Haley Steinfeld. Step on me. No. No. Just kidding. But like, just like Miles' actor, she brings life into Gwen. Like, even more than others like Bryce Dallas Howard and Emma Stone. Because like we get to know more of her character. Like, you see how she's like on different sides.
You're just kind of juggling both. She's kind of like in a conflict with that. Like Miles or, Miguel.
And the canon. The whole canon thing. And yeah, like, Miles does seem to bring up some good points about the whole canon thing.
Yeah, it's like, because, like, who knows what's going to happen with the next one now, too, with that, because, like, is it a good thing for Miles to do it? Is it going to wreck stuff? Like, what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, and, I also forgot who voices Peter B. Parker, but it was, like, nice to hear him again.
Yeah, he did good. Like, he was pretty much, like, he, like, picked up right where he left off and stuff, so that was good to see.
Also, like, we also get Yuri Lowenthal as Insomniac Spider-Man, which is also a really great performance. And Mahershala Ali as Uncle Frank. Very terrific performance. I really liked him in the first film.
Yeah, the acting stuff is just great. Like, they poured their like, soul into it, so.
I'm sure there's other things we're forgetting, but, like, I'm sure, like, when we review the next one, I'm sure we'll have more time to talk about this. But, yeah, the voice acting is very top tier. Very S tier.
Yeah. And the animation, the first one was amazing, but in this one, like, it's even blown up even more. Like, it's crazy how much stuff there is.
Yeah, there's
so many different art styles, like, so much stuff, like, non-stop. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah. There's so much stuff going on. Like, this would be, like, a film analyst's, like, dream to, like, analyze each scene with how much stuff there is.
I definitely want to do this whenever it comes to Blu-ray.
Yeah, because you could watch it, like, a million times. There's probably so many different things you could, like, find out in the background and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. The animation just... we are living in a golden era, damn it.
Yeah.
Like... We have films like this. We have Puss in Boots. We're going to have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And now we have this. We are in, like, this brilliant era where animation feels more fluid, more vibrant, more alive. And it just makes you just want to punch your steering wheel in excitement.
But yeah, it's just crazy. It's so beautiful to see like animation like rising back up, because there was a time like maybe like 2016 times where it was like, sing.
Yeah.
There's some times where it was getting a little generic.
Yeah, movies like I saw Secret Life of Pets in theaters, and I never saw it again.
Yeah. Yeah, Bad Guys. That was probably the low point for anime. that was probably the bottom point.
Oh yeah. Pause the review you real quick. You should hear a little bit about Thade's story, seeing the Bad Guys. It's pretty.
Yeah, whenever we were watching the Bad Guys, like, okay, so yeah, our theater is a little bit crazy, I guess, but like, they literally.
It's a good theater.
Yeah, well, it is good. It's very good, but sometimes some weird things happen, which was this time. So,
yeah.
So yeah, literally, like, this like film attendant walked in and like had binoculars for some reason and like stared at the screen. We're like, okay, what is he doing? And then like 5 minutes later, the movie just stops halfway through and just restarts. It just restarts. I've already watched one of the most trash movies of all time, and it just restarts. And I'm like, what? And it got back up to the beginning, but I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign.
Maybe this is a sign that's telling you, the Bad Guys is bad.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had that happen before. Yeah, I love Force Emma though, so it is fire. That was just one of the weird times I was like, what?
There was one little bit with this movie, like, strangely the lights didn't go off, like, as soon as it started, but shortly after it went, so, like, I think it's a very passable thing.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, I guess, going back to Spider-Man, we're gonna go off topic again.
Okay.
Okay, but... the animation, it's like revolutionary, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
and do you know, like, something that goes good with the animation in this film?
What?
The action.
Yes.
The action never stops. Like, that whole chase scene.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That opening, the opening Gwen, Miguel, and Spider-Woman.
Oh, yeah, that was before that. So, yeah, it's like nonsense. And the stuff, like, there's so many cool stunts they do. And there's so many like ways where it like cuts in and out. Like the style is just cool, and there's a different style for each different like character and stuff. So it's just great overall. Like you have to pretty much see it to believe it. Like it's almost indescribable how much stuff they had, how many different ways they did it. It's just revolutionary. Like the original Spider-Verse, like furthered animation. Now I think it's furthered like even farther than even before.
Yeah,
so, it's great.
This must be a choreographer's dream. Just looking at this amazing like. We've also just been getting some like really good action films lately. Like we got, like about 5 years ago, we got both Into the Spider-Verse and Mission Impossible Fallout, and those have like some of the best action scenes ever put to cinema.
Yeah.
And like, there's also thanks to the first film that made me learn, don't watch the mouth, watch the hands.
Yeah.
And what else? What else is there? We've already gone through like the world building. We've gone through the voice acting, the animation.
Should we go to like the
the ending?
Yeah, because that is kind of. I think that would be the last part.
This is where we kind of have a bit of diverging opinions because like, well, I'll just start out first. Like, I really love the ending. I think it just gets me so much more excited. Like. That twist of Miles just being in the wrong universe.
Oh yeah, major spoiler. Yeah.
Oh,
major spoilers. Yeah.
I think they already heard the spoiler warning.
Yeah.
But like, that twist. Oh man, I was just like, I like as soon as Miles's mom was like a bit confused, I thought something's kind of off.
Yeah, and then it was like.
And then that glitch, I was like. No way.
Yeah, he ended up going to the wrong universe and stuff.
Yeah. Something else. Oh, I also just thought of something else. I'll get back to the ending real quick, but like, it's also really cool. Like, we get to see more of like Miles's family. Like, they weren't as focused on in the first film, but this one like gives some good focus onto them. Like,
yeah, it
like,
expanded them a lot.
Yeah, seeing how much they care for Miles, and also just little things like having them speak in Spanish. I think just like the Owl House, I think that's really cool how they have just moments of them speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
And showcasing the culture that they're in.
Yeah, and it showed kind of how much Miles cared for his family and stuff too. Like, I think it was kind of a good dynamic.
Yeah. It's also really cool to like have Miles look older, kind of like in How to Train Your Dragon too, where they aged up Hiccup in here they pulled a How to Train Your Dragon 2. They aged up Miles,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that's a nice little thing to do because like yeah, for some reason my younger brother is taller than me, so like young people get a growth spurt. I don't know about that. But anyway, back to the ending. That ending, that
Yeah.
twist, so great, and getting to see Gwen form her own little band of sorts, it's just so good. Like, it just gets me all the more excited for this. Like, it's
Yeah.
like we get so much good stuff in here, but then it just shows you. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
There's more to this offer. You get more insane shit in the next film.
Yeah.
And Miles as the Prowler in this one, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Like how they kind of go with him.
So yeah, to me, I think this has a very incredible ending. What do you think about the ending, Thade?
So yeah, I thought the ending, I thought the entire movie was pretty much perfect, but the only hang up I have with the movie was kind of the ending, because they didn't really market this as a part one, but it's like 100% a part one. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but it's like kind of going into this film, like it's kind of like pushing towards this kind of climax where it's going to happen, and then it kind of just ends. I was like very surprised by it. I wasn't really like looking into the production and stuff, but I was very surprised. I think the movie is pretty much perfect. I just thought it was kind of crazy, like how it just kind of ended. And I don't really think it's like the kind of the filmmaker's fault or anything. I think like this was like an amazing part one. So I think I'm excited whenever they make part two, and then like the story's gonna be complete. I think this is like perfect up until then though. So I just thought the ending was kind of abrupt, but it kind of serves its purpose. So that's kind of how I think about it.
It's like a Dune situation, like how they call it Dune, but then sometimes they call it Dune Part 1, and it just builds up to it. And Part 2, from what I hear, is going to showcase the good stuff. I haven't seen the first Dune. I need to. I'm sorry to all of the cinephiles watching this video. But yeah, I think this is like just. Are we missing something? That there's so much happened in this.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much in the movie. It's like it's crazy.
I'll tell one of my favorite scenes in this film. That floating the chase. The chase was just completely jam packed. There's like Spider Horse.
Yeah.
There's 60s Spider-Man, as I mentioned, Spider Therapist, and then you get all these great scenes of like Miles and Peter B talking, and that scene where Miguel.
Oh yeah.
All I could just think about is Miguel from Coco. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he is Spider-Man 2099. We just didn't see it. But that's just a theory. A spider theory.
Thanks for slinging.
But like that scene of Miguel telling Miles that he wasn't meant to be Spider-Man, that's just like so incredible. And Miles's reaction is just. Do you ever have at one point, have you ever thought about how like something happened to you but like it wasn't supposed to happen?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of a good. It's like a good representation of that, kind of through what happens with Miles. I feel like that's how probably a lot of teenagers kind of go through. So I think that was kind of a cool story beat.
Yeah, around high school, like there was like a little bit in time like where I felt like sometimes maybe I wasn't good enough for things, like because I kind of felt like an outcast. Like I was this person in school who liked Thomas the fucking Tank Engine and who liked being in film. Everyone else was like off doing social media trends, sports, wanting to become teachers or other things. And then all of a sudden in senior year, I was nominated for Homecoming King, you know, and I was like very upset about that because like, no, I didn't want to be. I don't deserve this. Like, give it to someone else, like, say, Thade. But I did have a supportive friend group who told me, like, that I did deserve this. And eventually, I thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that really was like a really great, like, that was something great I could relate to.
Yeah.
And that film just, like, showcased that in a very perfect way.
Yeah, and it's always kind of it showcased how like even if you don't kind of feel it is, you know, like your friends, like even just in the movie, like how Miles, it showed like you can make your own path, like even if you don't feel that way.
You just gotta spread your wings.
Yeah, you just gotta spread your wings, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whenever you have your friends there with you and stuff, like it helps out. It's like sometimes we don't kind of feel enough, but then like you can kind of know you are. So I think that was another way the movie kind of did it too. It's kind of like parallels. Like that's the thing too. Like even just with your story, Luke, in the movie, like it parallels real life stuff and it kind of shows. Just like how you, Luke, you accepted the stuff. Like it's good.
Yeah.
You can't let other people like put you down and stuff too. So make your own path, strike your own story. That's kind of like what Miles is doing too, and like with you, Luke, too. So it's awesome.
Yeah. So, thank you, Spider-Verse team, for like for not hitting close to home and making a very relatable kind of very relatable scene. I think it's one I'm gonna be thinking about for a while because of how impactful it was.
Yeah. So overall, it was a really great movie.
Yeah, I'm just we're at a point where so many movies I'm just gonna be keeping me up at night just processing, like films like Everything Everywhere, The Banshees, and Bones and all, and West Side Story. Like after watching those, that's all I could think about. Nothing else. Like just kept me up at night because of how amazing those films were, and this one's no different. It's, you know, saying all this just feels very pretentious. I know, like, in some reviews I keep saying words cannot describe. Yeah, I know, like, that's something I've overused, but, like, for some films, like, yeah, it really is hard to describe, like, to describe something like, say, Spirited Away. That's just one where it's like, I just can't explain it. It's one of those things that words cannot do it justice. And it's kind of like this. So yeah, this is one I would love. I could tell this one's gonna be successful. Like it obviously deserves that.
Oh, so I guess Space Game broken to right now.
Yeah. I also think that one of my favorite lines in this film, like, it just came out of nowhere. Is like, maybe you should lay off the kid's ass.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was just like not expecting that. I was like,
True.
what?
Yeah.
It's just like you're seeing this really nice moment, and then all of a sudden Miles just says that line, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was a really good comedic timing. It was like, oh.
I kind of like. I'll be honest, I kind of like it when animated films swear, like films like Shrek, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and now this film. It's just like, I mean, this film's kind of like daring.
Yeah, this thing. Well, like
I do know that the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie last year did say badass something.
But yeah, I think this movie shows like whenever you let creators like let loose and you give them like the time to make something good, like they can make amazing things.
Yeah, and I did make a whole video about this. I'll link it down below. But like, we're at a point where studio interference is less and less of a thing, and how in films like West Side Story, Top Gun Maverick, this film, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Banshees, Northman, we are at a point where studios are taking notes from A24 and are just realizing, you know what? I think just letting people just make what they want is the key to success. And that's resulted in some of the best films we've seen within the last 10 years.
Yeah, and this is definitely like shaping up to be like I think it'll be like as it is right now. It's amazing. It's a perfect animated film.
Yep.
And it's a perfect film overall too. So
this is easily my favorite movie so far of 2023. But yeah, find your own path. That'll get you to where you want to be.
Yeah, but, and yeah, make sure to watch this movie though, because it is fire.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
fire.
make that part of your path.
Yeah. All right. This is my longest review on my channel. But it's worth it. So yeah, we're signing off. We will see you guys next week. Luke and Thade will return to review Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna roll out.
Yeah. I'll see you guys.
See ya.